If you knew absolutely nothing about footwear, foot care, and you had an issue, Scholl would be the first place you start.
The reason why we launched it is it's leading edge technology.
Yes.
Firstly and foremost, it's providing such an innovation in the global market in terms of scanning and
Naturalizer is fashion. It's in David Jones, it's in our Singapore department stores. They're taking trends right off the runway, and
we built a brand that we believe is the best fitting brand in the world in terms of the fit features that comes with it.
Welcome to the Comfort Walk and Talk, where every step towards comfort is a step towards a healthier you.
we're your hosts,
Jeff,
Alana
And Ben.
together, let's transform our lives from the ground up. Today, what we're going to do is we've talked a lot about in different episodes about how we provide a wide range of different styles for the comfort recipe. And what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about our brands. And we're going to just talk a little bit about reason for our brands. We're going to do it a little bit differently. And we're going to talk about the brands, and I'm going to get Alana and Ben to give their perceptions, and I'll add to it in terms of what the brand means to them and what we're trying to portray to the consumer. Because, I mean, the most important thing that we do as a company is we provide a series of products that really support our principle of the comfort recipe, which is arch support, cushioning and fit. But we can't do that in one brand because we want to try and provide products for younger, older, active, dress and sandals and footwear, and a lot of the different categories. So we do that by having different brands that speak different things to customers, and we can market it differently. And also, more younger people maybe desire different looks versus more older people require a different style. So that's what we try and do with our company. So let's get straight into it. One of the things we've built around many years is a collection of brands. Some of them we make and design, and some of them we buy in from international brands. And the reason why we do that is because there's no way that we can have all the ideas in the world. There's no way we can make everything ourselves. We just don't have the breadth of size of business to do that. So we like to provide some of the brands with core products that really do resonate strongly with our customer base and are desired by a lot. And then we like to embellish them and add to them with premium brands made from the best manufacturers in the world and designers that really can embellish the category. And we learn a lot from that in terms of what the customers are needing around the world. So we provide a global range of product between our stuff we make and stuff that we buy in. So let's kick off the discussion with one of our historic brands, and it's one that we do make. We make under license, which means that we make for the Australian and New Zealand and Singapore markets, the Scholl brand. And Scholl has a significant heritage, as we know, we've talked about, 100 years of heritage in foot care. But what does the Scholl brand speak to you, Alana?
for me, it's accessible foot care. I remember when we started, we had 2 SKUs of Scholl. It was Ortho-Heel back in the day, but Scholl Ortho-Heel. It was a pair of flip-flops and a sandal. And we sold bucket loads of them because they fit, they're comfortable, and they provide a really, really good level of arch support. Now the range is so wide. You can get boots, you can get sneakers, sandals. We've also introduced a new technology as well. So the memory cushion technology. So you've got that nice Ortho-Heel arch support from, history. And then we've got a memory cushion technology, which really molds to your foot and provides super comfort.
Yeah, it provides a bit of an arch once it's molded to
Absolutely.
your foot.
Yeah.
And Ben, what does Scholl mean to you?
So I'll just, it's our most famous brand for me. So I would find a lot of people out there, if you knew absolutely nothing about footwear, foot care, things like that, and you had an issue, Scholl would be the first place you start, because it's been in just about every pharmacy that you've ever been into. There's been a little category for Scholl to take care of your sore feet. So that kind of legacy there really backs that message for us. That's what we're trying to do. So, you might think, being that kind of legacy, that's your grandma's shoes. Not anymore, it's not. No, we've done a lot of work in there to make sure that, we're working with designers, that healthcare message that really, the over 100 years, as we've said, it's about 120 years now that Scholl has been operating. They've been innovating ever since. And we've taken that and put it into a really nice pair of shoes.
Yeah.
Correct.
And Scholl as well, a lot of it is year on year. You can come back and you can get the same shoe that you've had year on year. Most of the time you can get it again, which is really good as well.
Exactly.
So that things like people may know that the wave has been around for 20 years plus, and it will continue to go. It's one of the most popular flip-flops in our range. So people can just come back and get that year on year.
Yeah, there is absolutely one of our customers out there that has bought a pair of Wave sandals every single year for 20 years.
Yeah.
If that's you, get in touch with us. We'll give you a free pair. There you go. You heard it here first.
Absolutely. I would say there's probably been 1 million pairs sold in Australia in probably the last decade of Wave. It's an amazing number. You know, the way I look at Scholl for us, for customers, is it's a classic styling. It's built around stuff that's understandable, but it's very accessible. We make sure that Scholl's available in lots of different places, premium shoe retailers, and even pharmacy, often different ranges, but it's very accessible. The value for money is great. There are some higher price Scholl made of full leather and some more man-made. Great products, but at the end of the day, it's a very accessible product, and it's built around a classic design. And as Ben said, though, what we're trying to do is keep it familiar with our customer, but make it a little bit more youthful in some areas, but still be very focused on the customer demographic and the type of customer that buys Scholl and loves it.
Yeah.
And it was built on, you know, it's probably our most famous like medical or healthy brand because of the Dr. Scholl heritage.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
So that's Scholl. Another brand that we make actually is called Vita Sole, and this is our own brand. We really, you know, this is a brand that's
Love
really
me some Vita Sole.
It's Ben's favourite brand.
Yeah, it's come about in the last 3 to 4 years, and, you know, and perhaps Ben, you might give a bit of a perception about what you think about Vita Sole.
I love Vita Sole because I am the target market. Basically, that's great. It's for people who want to get that little bit healthier. Like I'm as far as my fitness journey goes, I'm not really on one. I would like to be that little bit healthier, and anything that I can do incrementally to make myself that bit healthier, I want to do that. And Vita Sole really speaks to me because it's not that looking for those elite sportsmen, the this, that, and the other. It's just for your everyman. I don't really care about my performance. I just want to perform. So I want to get out there and do my thing. And Vita Sole allows that in just a different range of different shoes and things as well. So it's not just your athletic range. I, for example, am wearing the new shoe here, the Hipster. So that's a Vita Sole one as well, which you wouldn't think of being a athletic shoe. But if you look at that kind of outsole there, it is built like an athletic shoe that I can wear to work, that I could take that one to the gym and then wear it to the pub after as well. How good.
Exactly. It is a great workout shoe, actually.
Some people have protein shakes, I have pints. What's going on?
Yeah. No, it's amazing. And
Yeah. I mean, ditto to everything Ben said, but the sandals from Vita Sole is what really, like, I wear them every single day. So there's some really good cushioned sandals. And for me, Vita Sole just stands for everyday wear. So you can, if you're somebody that just wants to wear the same pairs of shoes every day, that's me. I'll just wear the same one to death and then I'll get another one.
Exactly. And look, for me, the key with the Vita Sole brand is Ben mentioned every day. You both mentioned every day, and you know, we chimed the word the everyday Joe, and it's men and women obviously, but that's all about just accessible to everyone. It's not about being highly orientated on the result. It's about just getting active, and you know, we very much have also focused on creating a brand that's accessible to younger and older, a little bit more. Whereas sometimes people think Scholl is for my mum, or, you know, where this one here, we're really targeting to everyone. So, you know, we've got shoes that are great on the son, the dad, and the granddad, right? That's perfect. That's where we want to be. We want to be providing. And we build consistency and beautiful arch support into everything that we do in the brand.
Yeah. Just allowing you to be that little bit healthier throughout your day, no matter what you're doing.
And without a scary price tag. One of the things we're very conscious of is providing it to every day means we've got to be accessible in price as well.
Absolutely.
Chances are, if you're not taking it that seriously, you don't want to drop your $200-$300, whatever it might be, on a pair of shoes.
So you can start like with a great walking shoe, with a rocker sole, all the inherent features that you get at your premium athletic shoe shop, and you can pay $160, It has an arch support, great rocker. It's a beautiful shoe.
Oh, I love the walkers. It's walking on steroids. It's nuts. It feels like cheat codes.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's Vita Sole. Another brand that we've actually bought in, and we've had with this brand since 2014, I think, is Vionic. And Alana, you've been with the Vionic story ever since the start.
Yes.
Tell us a bit about your feeling about it.
Vionic, it's very close to my heart. So Vionic has really, really good arch support and very comfortable, but it has such a fashion flair to it. So there's heels, there's boots, there's sandals, there's shoes, really something for every occasion for a woman and a man, potentially if there's some men's shoes. But yeah, and there's colour. You know, a lot of the time you get comfort brands and it's quite safe. You know, you get your blacks and your tans. Vionic has colour, it has style. So it's something that I've worn consistently over the years. You know, I even wore, I think, a pair to my wedding, maybe, a pair of heels. So, no, it's definitely
you
a
look
brand that
terrific.
I love. Thank you.
And that is, you know, because it's got such a wide range, that's why we buy it in rather than make it, because we can bring in small quantities, little colour pops and little styles, and have a really wide range. Whereas
And not to be, you know, our design team is very focused on, you know, the designs that we do. You have to expand our design team so much to be able to fulfill every category that Vionic does.
So we can catch
for
a
us.
trend a lot earlier by bringing it. It's a great brand. It's actually developed, Vionic is developed on the back of Phil Vasili, who we've talked about before, was a podiatrist. And so everything in the Vionic range has this great podiatry designed arch support contour. So people get used to the Vionic and they say, I love the Vionic arch support.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So what I love about Phil Vasili and his story is everything he did was to democratize that kind of health, that arch support, he's famous for inventing the world's first heat moldable orthotic, which was that step closer to that custom orthotic that you would be getting at the podiatrist. But he took it a step further is, you know, people aren't wearing their healthy shoes, their comfort shoes. So he wanted to take that technology that he had revolutionized and put it into a pair of shoes that people would actually wear.
Yeah.
Which, you know, is for the good of humanity, basically. Like it was out there doing bits.
Exactly.
Yeah. And for, you know, a lot of the foot health talk was you can never wear heels. Heels are so bad for you. So Vionic really was at the forefront of providing, you know, not super high heels because they are bad for you, but, you know, a good mid-range high heel that has a little bit of arch support in it that you can wear for longer periods of time and not have aching feet at the end of the night.
The world says you can't do that. Vionic says, watch me.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it's a great brand. Now, moving on, one of our favourite brands that we actually make and we invented is Revere. And I might start off by just saying that Revere for us is so deep in our culture and our heart because we built a brand that we believe is the best fitting brand in the world in terms of the fit features that comes with it.
Yeah.
You know, and, you know, Lana, you might want to explain a little bit about what it means to you, the Revere brand.
Yeah, I mean, I think for us, Revere is the brand that most people will buy and come back to. So we will be talking to ladies that have had a pair of Geneva for, you know, they started buying them 8 years ago. They come back every year to buy a pair of Geneva because it fits, it looks good, they can get out and about, they can wear their custom orthotics with it, and it will fit the shape of their foot at any point of the day. So once you are into the Revere sandals, it just seems like that's what you wear. And for us, we have so many designs on that, you know, on that construction that fits. So we have lots of different strappy designs and colours and just gives ladies opportunities to wear these sandals where they wouldn't have an opportunity otherwise.
Love their shoes again, right?
Love their shoes. Yeah, it's one of our slogans is love your shoes again.
And podiatrists love the brand.
That's right.
Because they can customise an insole into it.
Yeah.
And they can customise an insole into finally a range of different sandals. They're not just stuck with one sandal that they can put their insole in.
Yeah.
So it provides them with a really good solution for the customer who doesn't want to walk out of that podiatry clinic with an ugly shoe.
Yeah.
Or, you know, the retailer who is recommending that someone might want to get an insole. they can.
Well, I mean, it has surprised us how well like the shoes are received in premium retail stores. So you can go
Amazing.
into a lot of premium retail stores in, across the countries we work in, and they've got Revere there. And the feedback from our partners is it just sells because it fits people.
Well, that's a good point. The 14, we launched Revere in 2014, so it's 10 year young, right, the brand, and we have over 300 retailers in the US that sell Revere.
Yeah.
400 or 500 in Australia,
Yep.
another 50 or so in New Zealand. We sell across all of our department stores in Singapore. It's our most widely distributed brand.
Yeah.
And you're right, people come back for a second, third, new colour, whatever.
Yeah, and you can it's such a core range, so you just keep repeating. We have sandals that we have in stock all year round because you just wear them over again. Yeah.
So it's we developed the brand working hand in hand with podiatrists and was
Exactly.
what were the issues that they were seeing, and we wanted to make a brand that they could recommend to solve a lot of the issues that people were coming in for. So we can say today, we have a network of over 1,500 podiatrists just in Australia alone.
Exactly.
And so we can say pretty confidently that we are the world's most recommended podiatrist shoe.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The shoe that podiatrists recommend the most.
That's a good point, Ben. All right. Same vein as we move through the sort of that podiatry link. Anodyne is a new brand that we launched some 4 years ago, and it's designed for a special need. It's designed for, we talked about fit, it's designed for someone with extra depth needs.
Yeah.
So Lance, what does that mean, into your mindset?
Well, I mean, we've, even prior to Anodyne, we've sold diabetic shoes, and it just, when we first started selling diabetic shoes, it just astounded me, why was there a need for an extra depth shoe?
What is a diabetic shoe?
Yeah, what is a diabetic shoe? Why is it diabetic? So, I mean, we learnt that when there are seams in shoes, it can cause ulcers on people. So that a diabetic may lose feeling in their feet, having seams or any rough insides of shoes, which happens with, regular manufacturing, can cause ulcers and then can cause infection and things like that. So that was a learning for us. And then we have this wonderful range of shoes in Anodyne, which, I don't know if any of our viewers have seen a lot of diabetic shoes, but they can be on the ugly side. So Anodyne really has introduced colour and a little bit of style into these shoes, which has really been popular, and they're very lightweight as well. Because another complaint about diabetic shoes is that they can be quite heavy.
Too heavy,
Yeah.
So it's something that you don't know about until you do, and given the fact that type 2 diabetes is one of the prevailing diseases.
8-10% of every country.
Yeah, they're calling it the new pandemic, the new epidemic, isn't it? Is diabetes, and people don't really know. You hear the story of I had diabetes and I had to get my foot cut off, and you think, what's the connection there? That is wild. But as Lani was saying, is that numbness in your feet, the neuropathy, causes people to not realise that they're getting these ulcers. That numbness as well is less blood flow to your feet, so that those ulcers don't end up healing. Diabetics end up getting gangrene from an ulcer. Gangrene! And that's why they have to get their bloody feet cut off, which is horrible.
Yeah.
Absolutely horrible, which I had absolutely no idea before I got here. I was knocking their feet off.
So again, Anodyne's well priced. It's not. It's a good price point. It's lightweight, but what it does, it has plenty of room in the shoe, and it has this amazing insole platform that molds. We talk about full coverage. It's incredibly important to have full coverage in a diabetic, so that the whole foot covers rather than pressure points. Because to your point, we want to provide a shoe that helps prevent them actually creating an ulcer to begin with. So it's a great brand and something that we love, and it's one of the brands that we bring in because the IP and the technology behind it is substantial.
Yes.
So we leverage off the US market where they have medical grade standards and they create a lot of technology behind it, and we just leverage off that market. It's a great platform.
Yeah.
It's just a point to bring up on that as well is you really don't have to be a diabetic to get benefits out of what a diabetic shoe can have. So that fuller coverage, the no seams on the inside, the all of those different things just make for a really good pair of shoes.
Room in the shoe is important. You have a good point. Someone with arthritis with swelling in their feet, they need an extra roomy shoe. This is the brand for them, right, as well, in terms of that idea. So another brand that we do is Mia Vita, and we developed Mia Vita about the same time we launched Vita Sole.
Yes.
And Mia Vita for us is a brand where we can create a little bit of youthfulness into our range, you know, and just provide some really bit more slightly more fashion designs vis-a-vis, say, Scholl, which is a great product, but we can provide a little bit more fashion into it, and it still has our intrinsic ingredients. So, Lani, what do you feel about Mia Vita?
I mean, I love Mia Vita. I think, you know, I was saying about Vita Sole that it's everyday wear, and it's the same with Mia Vita. So you can get a pair of sandals, a nice leather upper, nice colours, and you just want to wear it for me. And you have really good arch support, and it's just a nice base to be walking on through the day, but also feel very feminine and fashionable.
Yeah. Kind of the way we put it is, you know, the modern woman has a big old, you know, shoe cupboard, could have a big old shoe cupboard at home, but you know, there's always that pair at the front, and your Mia Vitas are going to be that pair that you keep reaching for day after day after day after day, because you don't want to wear those other ones. These ones are comfy, they go with everything, and just versatile.
Yeah.
Which is a big part of the brand, which I think would be one of its better features, is that you can wear these every day. They're, you know, loads of different outfits will work with your Mia Vitas, and you're going to want to wear them every day too.
You know, from a product design perspective, it allows us to play with different materials.
Yep.
So we have some snakes, and we have some great colours and metallics, but all have that really good, I mean, the closed and shoes have such a great insole in there.
Exactly.
That you don't even know that you're wearing a comfort shoe.
It's one of the big kind of moments for me that I realised that we probably had something a bit special on our hands is being on site at some of our photo shoots for Mia Vita. And, you know, every time the models would get around to Mia Vita, they'd be like, I've been excited for these ones because they love the style. And when they put them on, the wow.
And they're all 25 something, the models.
Yeah.
And
just that wow reaction, like, oh, that's nice.
The amount we've had to give away to the models.
Exactly. We've just kind of lost them from photo shoots. Righto, girls, we know where you live.
We give them a preference and they pick that one.
Yeah.
And we've focused very much on casual. So because a lot of, particularly after COVID, but the recent trends even well before that is casualisation. So very much it's casual sneakers, lifestyle, bit of dress, bit of nice bling on them sometimes or whatever, but really just creating a bit of a really good...
all day.
Yeah, comfort all day.
Absolutely, why
and
not?
Again, we feel that we're very well priced in terms of, you know, we're not pricing at high premium pricing, but we're giving you exceptional value for a well-priced product.
Yep.
Another brand that we have recently launched is Atrix, and we've talked about that in a number of episodes. But, you know, Atrix for us, reason why we launched it is it's leading edge technology.
Yes.
Firstly and foremost, it's providing such an innovation in the global market in terms of scanning and insoles and so forth, but it's coming into their footwear. So Atrix for us is a premium brand. It gives us the opportunity again to display a lot of different varieties, a lot of products on sort of dress wedges and so forth. But, you know, Alana, what has Atrix meant to you?
I mean, it's one of the most exciting brand launches we've had in a long time. You know, obviously our own ones are close to our heart, but this brand has been so well taken up by our retail partners and by people that are buying it and wearing it. They look good, and like you said, it's technology. The feel of an Atrix is different to what you would have ever felt before. So trying one on, I would recommend anyone that would like to try, go and try one on. It is incredible. And you know that you just know that you're getting a health benefit. You can wear arch support shoes and it's okay, it's comfortable. But this one, you can just feel that extra health benefit in it. And it's such an exciting brand.
Yeah, I mean, the thing you pack about arch support too is we provide arch support, lots of different arch supports. All the brands, they're not all the same arch supports.
No.
And Atrix is probably our most different because actually the arch is positioned in a different position. And there's a number of people that love it, slightly positioned a bit back, further back.
It supports the ankle rather than cushioning the arch.
So it's, again, people try on our range and they go, I love that arch position or I love that arch. It's about how you feel at the end of the day with the arch support. And the Atrix provides a nice difference.
Definitely.
Again, a US brand, but giving us such a great inspiration in terms of design.
Yeah. So I think it was Jesse Pinkman who said it best when he said, hell yeah, science.
Yeah, exactly.
No, amazing. So as we work through, you can see we've got a lot of brands and we're passionate about them. But one of the another brand that we have had over recent years is Naturalizer, and it's quite a bit different. And Naturalizer's more, it builds comfort and fit into more dressy work type shoes. And Alana, you've had a lot to do with the Naturalizer brand.
Yes.
And how do you feel about Naturalizer?
Naturalizer is fashion. It is
in all the department stores.
It's in David Jones. It's in our Singapore department stores. It is such a fashion play, and we do not have the know-how internally to create something of that fashion level.
No.
They're taking trends right off the runway and including comfort technology in there, especially in their heel range. So they have, cushioning on the forefoot. They have that nice contour or arch support through the shoe, but they're doing it in styles that you would see from high-end designers. So it's
another favourite with the models, isn't it?
Another favourite with the models for sure.
Yeah,
and and nice materials, great materializations, and it's a really good brand.
And its heritage actually, it's another. I think it's 80 or 100 years old. But they built around fitting to a lady's foot.
It was the first brand to fit on
ever.
on a woman's last. Yeah.
Before Naturalizer, women's shoes were just men's shoes but smaller. So they were the first people to kind of realise that a woman's foot is built differently from a man's, and to make a shoe specifically for a woman.
Yes.
And I think it's about 100 years later they've never looked back.
I'm pretty sure we'd get onto it, but I just want to say we're about to introduce a new brand, which is Riker, which is an athletic brand.
Beautiful.
Really, really great styling, really fashion forward in the sneakers. And it was the first athletic brand to be based on a woman's last. So we're so excited to be introducing that into the market because they fit well and they look fantastic.
So this is Riker spelt Ryka.
Yes.
And it's out of the US. So there is a Riker out of Europe, which is a well-established brand. Yeah. But this is ladies athletic brand. And we have performance,
really
running, walking. It's going to be a bit of fun, actually.
Yeah, it's going to be really, really cool. And it just fit the woman's foot really, really well.
Yeah.
So we only really work with game changers and innovators, don't we?
Absolutely. The Comfort Co. we are leading edge.
That need to fit our comfort recipe.
Yeah.
And as we round out, there's a couple more things I want to talk about. We round out another one it's our own brand. It's a small brand, but it shows that we're starting to innovate in another area, and that is our Scobie brand. And this is actually school shoes. Primarily for years
primary,
right? But we have 3 or 4 models of school shoe, all with a nice little podiatry design and arch support. So Lana, you've been involved with the Scobie people, and
it's great. It was developed by Sophie McClellan and Jason McClellan, who've been on our podcast before. Pediatric podiatrists are really specialised in what they do. Children's feet, from what I understand, you can't just put in an arch support that an adult would have. You have to really make sure that their feet are learning to walk without having that full arch support. So the arch support in a pair of Scobies will support a child's foot in their development at that stage of their development. So that's what's so good about Scobie, and it fits really well. It's really great leathers, and there's some cool things like a guard on the toe to stop any scuffing, because I remember being in school and I would scuff my shoes pretty much straight away and would have to wear them for the rest of the year. I wouldn't get another pair, but it would prevent scuffing. And it has a really nice wide last, where a lot of brands probably have more of an American last, which is a little bit more narrow.
So if you remember your school shoes, your school shoes have to be 10 different shoes in one, aren't they?
Yes.
They're your dress shoes, but they're also your football boots. They're also your running shoes. They're also this, that, and the other, because kids are active. They do a lot of stuff. So we kind of refer to them as the hidden veggies for your kids' feet. You're sneaking in those little health benefits for your kids, and they'll have no idea.
It's really good.
Yeah, so Scobie's going to be our sort of children's brand as we move forward, and we've got a good start there. Again, all built around our principles of fit, cushioning, and arch support. We believe it's relevant for all ages, and we build that mix. So, I mean, hopefully today you've seen the extent of our brands, and we don't talk lightly about brands in our portfolio. Must follow our comfort recipe, and then provide different things for different people. So we don't want to be constrained to be we're the company that provides shoes to that age group or active shoes only or whatever. We want to provide a broad collection built around our comfort recipe. So all of these brands can be found at the Comfort Co shops, can be found online, and also we have a large range of partners that work very closely with us across our range because they use us as a bit of a one-stop shop for their comfort portfolio, and they want to provide a really good solution. So we have a large range of shops in Australia, New Zealand, and even in the US as well. So thanks very much for your attention, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks, Ben.
Thank you.
Thanks, Alana.
Thank you for joining us on the Comfort Walk and Talk by the Comfort Co. If you like this episode and you got something out of it, we would love your support with a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
Don't forget to subscribe on your favourite channels and never miss a step on your journey to comfort.
Please follow us for more insights and updates on the Comfort Co social media channels. Until the next episode, see you later.